Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome once again. Let me show up over here. Hi, once again, me Siddhartha, your host and news anchor for Cine y Series con Perspectiva. Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a nuevamente Cine y Series con Perspectiva. Y después de un buen tiempo que no había hecho ningún video por cuestiones personales, so due to personal things going on, some things that I had to do, and I couldn't do video. And also I was kind of waiting for Friday, when a lot of the good gossipy movie news is going on, and it's been gathering very well. I'm going to prepare that video about the and well so okay, I've been waiting for a nice amount of juicy movie buzz to happen, but this is not the video for it. This video is dedicated to my review finally about A Star Is Born. I've seen A Star Is Born. Yesterday I went to see it with my mom. So this is the way my style, with my style, I'm going to tell you more so with my opinion, my movie wise, because I've studied. I'm repeating once again, redundantly, I studied filmmaking. I am a director, not practically speaking, but I studied the theory of making movies. I also studied script writing, so I have pretty good knowledge about doing movies. And let's see how this goes. Okay, so also as a moviegoer, I'm gonna tell you how this movie is, but it's not gonna go like a lot of videos. They go too much things. I don't want to spoil you the movie necessarily, but be on the lookout. Watch out. If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you to first see the movie, then come back and watch this video and comment on the comment section below. What are your thoughts and feelings about it? By the way, subscribe over here. It's over there down below, so that you can subscribe to this channel. This is a small channel, but it's a pretty darn good channel, and an opinion, like many others, but pretty interesting because this is an opinion worthwhile hearing. Okay, like I don't think you will hear like others. I hope you like this opinion about A Star Is Born. So let's get to it. 3 minutes, but hey, it's a luxury to have a YouTube channel. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. I'll try not to take too long, but okay. Starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Okay. Directed also by Bradley Cooper. And the script, well, we'll go going right into it. But okay, let me. Okay, so here, folks, here we go. Here are the people who wrote. I think I haven't done this before in my channel. Okay, so Bradley Cooper co-wrote this with Eric Roth and Dorothy Parker. Okay, this is from the thank goodness of Wikipedia, and I really remember seeing their names at the end of the movie. So basically, this is the information. The premise is like it has been so far, according to the premise as always. There's this guy who is a pretty darn popular star who is going through some personal stuff, some very harsh, very deep things about that person going on, And Bradley Cooper is a rock slash country music singer, or I think more like a rock singer, and he's going through some personal things. He has a hearing problem, and that gives him a lot of trouble. But he cannot accept his hearing problem. Um, okay. What else? Well, yes. That's on the other hand. So he's going through some stuff. He can't accept his hearing problem. On the other hand, there's this young woman making ends meet. Like you will see it going on in the movie. He's making her daily income, um, making ends meet. Working as I think it's a waitress at a restaurant. And she has a friend who's Hispanic, by the way, and gay, I believe. And well, she's making ends meet, and he has a dad back home. Her dad is a chauffeur of limousines. So there you go. So I did see the movie, and this is the premise of the movie. This is pretty much how it goes. Now, of course, they have to meet. So Bradley Cooper's character meets Lady Gaga's character, which is the name of her character is Ali, which is different name. But okay, this is a different kind of detail for a different kind part aspect of the review. But okay, so that is the premise. Now, of course, they have to meet. Their relationship happens. Things happen. You know, because of the trailers, they fall in love and all that. I'm pretty darn taking my time, like in others, that I really do quick review, okay? Because I really try to. In my style is take my time to really get to explain as much as I can remember. I saw it yesterday, and I saw it in a very good movie theater. So I saw the sound, I heard the sound, and then and all that. But okay, so the premise of Star is Born is pretty much the same. Now, just in case you don't know, yeah, it seems like this is the first version for many of you of A Star is Born. But let me tell you something, just in case. It seems that they made this movie like recently, 2018 or something like that. This is a very new version. However, like I said, it's a new version based upon a premise that was created back in the 30s. And let me get to that image. That version was with another couple of actors and all that. Then there was this version starring Judy Garland, and that's the other version. There's two versions already. I'm talking about. Now there's a third version starring Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson. Okay, as the couple. And now, of course, this is the new edition, the new version. So, okay, now let's get into aspects of the movie, and we're going to go to really good lengths and depths about it. So, okay, basically, I noticed the perspective film shooting, which Bradley Cooper and the cameraman, his cinematographer, went to great, really good camera work, which is something I believe it has been done, of course, but we appreciate that they did this very now trendy kind of way of shooting. We see the perspective. The perspective is a very key word in this review because they use The way they shoot this is a very perspective, very interesting perspective way to show it. Like from his point of view, the beginning of the movie, for example, is behind stage. We can follow the characters because this is a character driven movie, and we see this through the movement of the camera, where the camera goes, and the camera goes wherever the characters need to go or have to go. And this is how we actually begin seeing this. This is the style that is established, and we understand it from the beginning of the film. Bradley Cooper really did a great job there in the decision making of how they were going to narrate us and tell us the story through the camera lens. And we see him backstage, we see him going through his rituals and things like that before he goes onto stage. We see the perspective of the artist from the stage, which of course this is not a novelty thing. Of course there has been many movies, pretty much I believe, and documentaries. This is a very documentary stylish kind of thing. Camera held, I can tell, and we can see the perspective of that character like that. That is great. We see the camera inside the cars. We see the camera from very good angles where we can understand what's going on, what's happening. If there's something artistic and special about them, probably yes. Likely, yeah. The lighting of the movie, the cinematography, it was very natural. I think they wanted to round it, really, not something like in La La Land where there's some kind of lighting, very special lighting, to look like in a certain color, shade of color for this character and that other character. Okay, no, this is nothing particular about the colors. It's a very natural, or maybe like some other people say raw, but I say more natural, more like just as you see it, as we would see it if you were there, if we were actually there, witnessing this relationship. And speaking from the filmmaker point of view, this is great cinematography. I'm pretty sure they're gonna nominate this film for best cinematography, because the lighting is very natural. I noticed there's nothing. I probably there did some kind of artificial gimmicks, artificial things to make it look as such, and just the way we see it, which is very natural and nothing like particular like in La La Land and in many other movies. Very natural, very perspective as such. So there's nothing special going on about the lighting or anything like that. Plus, just making it look, like I repeat it once again, very just as such the perspective, as if we were there, very like, So there's nothing, I believe, fancy schmancy about the lighting or anything like that. Plus, just help it look as realistic as possible. That's what the word I was looking for. Realistic view of the story. That is great already. A great attribute to this. A great quality, actually. The music. The music is something else that I think it is obvious that this piece you're hearing on the background, I hope it doesn't get me into trouble using it as a background to help me illustrate a little bit better this video, because I'm doing it as a little bit to make it a little bit interesting. But the music is original, okay? The music is 100% original, minus, of course, one that if you saw the movie, you will get what I'm talking about, and that is the Edith Piaf song La Vie en Rose. That was sung Lady Gaga at the very first act of the movie. I really like the music. Let's hear this a little bit. Okay. If you can hear Bradley Cooper on the background of this video, tell me, you really think someone else actually they did some kind of thing like they did in Flashdance where they used a stunt guy or a stunt girl, and they shot him in a certain way, or did some. What I mean is something like a tricky Hollywood artificial Funches Man's trick or something like that, like in Flashdance, where they make us believe Jennifer Beals actually danced, where actually after some 20 something years later we find out that was a guy and a girl. No. Bradley Cooper sang. Nowadays it's difficult to hide Hollywood tricks to make us believe and seem that somebody actually did something. No, it's harder nowadays. And Bradley Cooper has done an extraordinary job at directing the movie, acting in the movie, and singing in the movie. That's three things, man. Doing these things, I don't know how they did them. I want to watch already the Blu-ray to see how he pulled that stunt. Three things simultaneously: acting, directing, and singing. You think it's easy? Of course, you hear me say it, and it sounds easy, but it's not. It's not. I don't believe it's really something that I don't know. I don't know how he could have done it, but this tells me that Bradley Cooper is a pretty darn good director. I think he's gonna be a very remarkable director. This was his debut, man. I'm pretty sure it is, and he did an extraordinary job at nailing three aspects of a movie simultaneously. I mean, what can I say, man? How can I emphasize this more? Directing, singing, and acting. Wow. And he's acting, of course. He's a great actor. He's in this movie. This is the best film role of his career so far. This is the best movie in which I have seen him because of the psychology of the character, the complex psychology of the character. It makes him far more very interesting. The development of his character, I think they wrote this character very well, and I'm already going into another aspect of the movie, but I think we're talking about acting right now, and it's tremendously great. I've already told you three in once about Bradley Cooper in this movie. Nailed it. And I think I can't remember the name of the actor who plays his brother, but so okay. I can't remember the name of the actor. Excuse me if I can't remember the name of the actor who plays his brother, but he's a great actor. A cowboy, no doubt. So you hear on the background some of the dialogues of the movie, some of the great dialogues of the movie. So, um, damn, Bradley Cooper is great. I can't remember the name of the actor who plays his brother. We're going into it a little bit right now. Okay, so I decided so we could see whom is in the cast. Okay, so Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga as Ali, Sam Elliott as Bobby, the brother of Bradley Cooper's character, Andrew Dice Clay as Lorenzo. I don't know who that guy is. Anthony Ramos. So, wow, Dave Chappelle. Um, boy, really, I think these actors did a great job in this movie. Really, especially Bradley Cooper character, Lady Gaga, Sam Elliott. They really got really good screen time. Um, boy, it's now. That's about the acting. Lady Gaga. Okay, before I forget, before we get into this. Okay, perfect. This picture is perfect for why I want to tell you. Okay, I always refer to her as Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, the artist. Lady Gaga, the character. Let me tell you something. There is no trace whatsoever of Lady Gaga, the character, the artist. No, I think her name is, now that I'm trying to remember, Gemma, Guillerma Tota. I can't pronounce it. I can't remember her name. Gemma. Okay, Gemma. Well, she definitely is outstanding in this movie. The role they gave her, I think it really created a very different original character, a different kind of background because, well, she has a father at home, he's a chauffeur, and she's a waitress at a restaurant. And the basic psychological complex of her is that she's a very insecure girl, but you understand through the dynamics going on between her and her dad why she is the way she is. Why is Ali such? Why is Ali the way she is, and all that, and you understand it, but it's really not as complex as Bradley Cooper's character. I think Bradley Cooper's character got more complexity, very intricate, very encrypted psychology for Bradley Cooper's character. Um, I really don't want to get necessarily too much into the characters to not spoil you the movie, okay? But so far, this is how it is. I don't know if I actually told you spoilers or anything. um, but there is something that speaking of the Lady Gaga's performance, and I think they did credit her as Lady Gaga, which is not right. I didn't see a trace of Lady Gaga. Maybe when she was singing, but I don't believe I saw Lady Gaga singing in the movie. I saw the person singing as Ali, and this picture. Whoever did this is great for analogy. Um, Very different characterization for the Ali character when she becomes a movie star. I mean, a movie star, an important singer. They use the music context and environment for the movie. Um, because this is the rise of a star. This is why the movie is called Star is Born. Actually, at the beginning of the movie, when the title shows up, it shows up exactly at a very certain specific moment in which we can see the silhouette of the Ali character played by Lady Gaga, and it's really clear. Of course, remember this is A Star is Born. This is about her, and they did a very cinematographic, very cool way using kind of a shadowy thing, the lighting there. What that's the only moment. So I'm wrong. That is the only moment in which I think they used the artificial um, lighting or something. Well, they did some kind of lighting thing so that they could see it from that kind of perspective. When you see the movie, you will see it clearly. Okay. But yeah, certainly there's a difference now. You see definitely the actress, and the person being this Ali character. Okay, she did a great job in there. Man, okay, what else? Um, I want you to listen a little bit. Bradley Cooper sings, man. He rocks this movie, rocks this joint very well in all three aspects of it. He's a very good singer. The surprise wasn't that Lady Gaga could sing, man. The surprise is that Bradley Cooper sings really badass. Really, I mean, really with a really good, just powerful performance and a very powerful singing voice. Definitely. The soundtrack is great. So okay, sorry, but I heard it and I remember. Wow, when I saw it and I heard this in the theater and everything. Wow, it wowed me. Bravo for Bradley Cooper. Okay. So the relationship between him and Lady Gaga. Okay, I mean the Lady Gaga character Ali. They really take their time to develop the relationship between them. Okay, they take their time. First, they in the first act they show you Bradley Cooper's character that he has a hearing problem, how his character is, and all that. And we really get to see him in action singing backstage. We see him in a limo. His chauffeur takes him to some like avenues, and he decides to tell the chauffeur to stop at a joint, a bar. This is where you know. Well, I'm damn sorry if I spoil you anything, but pretty much this is how the movie starts. In the first act, this is how we'll all start to how they're going to meet. This is where you. This is where I won't go to this point to tell you much more about what the movie is, okay? But this is when he goes into that place. Everything starts to unfold. Everything will make sense. It's not Francis Man sees something and come on, really? This doesn't happen in real life. No, it's pretty well grounded and realistic, and more. It's a very casual way. The way they meet very makes sense. Very much like, yeah, it makes sense that would happen this way and why this is happening. They really did a great effort on the script. So yeah, I'm really speaking about the script aspect. I like the way they took their time developing the relationship between Ali and Bradley Cooper's character. Okay, they take their time developing the relationship, that they talk, and that they take their time to talk between them, and the situations. There's some funny situations, very romantic situations. I think they did kind of like a little bit of improvisation in their acting to make it more natural, more spontaneous, like a relationship would really go. Doesn't seem rehearsed or anything. Their acting is spot on. It would be ridiculous and silly if someone said that they're not good in their performance as their characters. It's ridiculous. They really are very natural, very organic, or whatever they call it. I think it's more like natural. Like you really witnessing a relationship naturally growing from little moments and so forth. And I really, really, really believed they had to make us believe. This is make believe, of course. It's fictional characters, but it's very grounded, very real, like real people. Like we were actually watching real people meet for the first time casually and talking about stuff of their personal affairs and all that stuff. And they really fall in love. They're very organic, like they say in movies, organic, or more likely, like said, more logical, more psychological wise. The way they open to each other, and then it grows and boom, blossoms. Okay, so I really think they really developed the characters very well in that aspect. I have no doubts. Nobody, other movie critics, believe me. It's a pretty darn good expert opinion of mine, and I believe pretty much I could see that they really did somehow a kind of really working hard making this believably an organic, very natural relationship somehow. There's even, I can tell you this much without, I hope I'm not spoiling you anything, but there's these love making scenes, and they really did them so they can see that the relationship was full, okay, or like very in depth with one another, and the way they argue with one another, and they tease one another, and all that kind of love shenanigans going on in a relationship. Yep, it's very real, that real. So I cannot say anything wrong about their acting. Oh man. Also, the actor who plays his brother, Bradley Cooper's brother, man, I can't remember the name. Let's go into another picture. So yeah, the relationship goes as you can see. They hug, they make up. They really, the way this relationship grows, it feels very organic. Of course, they skip moments. Oh, now this dude, this man, the way they work the acting, the dynamics between them, it's very well, good, great dialogues, very depth, very intense, and I think this man really did a great job in the acting. Um, and Bradley Cooper had him in mind to be his brother. Um, so I really gotta say that really these three relationships between brothers and between lovers is great. And between, well, I can't tell you much more because it would be spoiling you probably. But yeah. Um, now, well, the singing, I wasn't surprised. I know she can sing great. The original songs are outstanding. I'm telling you right now, and I don't know if any other person has told you this, but one of these songs, I think, one of them, I can't remember the name of that song, but it's the song that you will hear at a very sentimental moment of the movie, is going to be nominated for best motion. I mean, for best original song. Mark my words, nomination for this song. I can't remember the name. I think I Won't Love Again. I think it's the name of the song. Is the like let's say the anthem song of this movie. It's kind of like depicting a little bit of somehow of the movie. Mark my words, Oscar nomination. I'm just gonna go 70% that it's gonna win best Oscar on best song, original song. They really created beautiful songs for this movie. There's a song that was very redundant throughout 2 moments or 3 moments in the film. Very sentimental, very in depth, very beautiful. Very beautifully sung by both of them. And you will really get how the song is important and significant in the movie. Okay. Okay. We know there has been like many different this picture over here it has to do with that song I'm talking about. And when you see this moment in the movie and that song that I'm talking to you about, you will definitely understand what I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Damn. Okay. Well, I already told you that about Lady Gaga. Okay, there are different versions of this movie. There's a video that I saw from another YouTuber or YouTube channel which compares the different versions. It's great. Maybe I will post it there because it has really great analogy on the two characters and the eras in which these movies were made. But let me tell you briefly in comparison from this version, from the Liza Minnelli version, and the Barbra Streisand version, and now the version with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Of course, each of these versions were great in their moment, in their era, and there were circumstances and factors to them being possible, and some of them won Academy Awards. The thing with specifically about each version of these films is how the relationship changes or whether there's something different to it. I really recommend you to watch the movies. Watch if you can. Watch the first version if you want to. Watch the Barbra Streisand version with after watching or not the Lady Gaga with the one with Lady Gaga. Because there is a very special thing. See, this is a great montage done by someone really well. Great. So the couples is what has evolved. They haven't changed it. The first version was more like in the movie business thing. With the first movie, the first motion picture. Now the rest of the films, the rest of the versions are all musical, but different kinds of musical environments, let's say, or context. Liza Minnelli was like a more Broadway because she's a Broadway actress. She has been in Broadway. I think I remember reading. And Barbara Streisand is different because she, of course, is a singer, a very great singer. I have seen her movies. I've seen Yentl when I was young. But that's a different story. But yeah, she and Chris Christopherson in that version, and she did it more like I think it was a more like a country context musical environment. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's is more like a pop star. It's a more pop star musical context. Now the couples have evolved, but basically, essentially, it doesn't. Um, okay, watch out just in case. Here you go. Spoiler alert. Okay, but I have to. I feel necessary to do it. Really, okay. The male character is the most interesting and particular thing I was very keen on looking after because the female character the most surprising thing that would be happening in this movie in this version, it would be how they would change the things in the relationship, what would go on in this relationship, whether they would break up, why would they break up, if they did break up, or um, as you know, in all the versions so far, the male character has some kind of very complex encrypted psychology, insecurity because of the female empowerment going on, um, and the envy, the jealousy, or like the oh man, I'm screwed because I don't have nothing going on for me, or something like that. And I was wondering how would they solve it? Would they make it different? Would they respect the um, basic plot or the premise, of course, or would they do something different with the characters? Would one of them die? And okay, continuing to warn you, spoilers. Okay, um, it really I don't know what decisions went on as to like pretty much try not to didn't do like a remake kind of thing about it. They pretty much stuck with the premise about the male character and bing bing. Okay, I didn't like the way that they cut off um from the sad moment, the tragic moment. They cut off. I don't understand why they did it. Maybe they thought it was too morbid, and maybe they did it some kind of in another cut of the movie, very raw, very very hardcore, let's say, version of it, because we only see the character's eyes somehow. We see the Bradley Cooper character being we have him we really see the shot, and we see how and why, but not why, I don't know. We see how he's gonna, well, I don't want to spoil it to you, but oh man, they really cut off from that moment and so forth. Okay, we don't see that moment from perspective of Lady Gaga. We don't see it consequentially or logically, or what had to be what had to go on. We really just cut to like afterwards. Okay, I didn't like that too much, really. Maybe because of how this character, something about the character, which will remind us of a sad passing from a very beloved actor, um, who had blue eyes, and that's all I can say because I might be spoiling you somehow. But okay, so that is so far the difference between those versions and this version. Um, what else can I tell you? What pushes this character to go through that and do that? Well, it's another character that I don't want to spoil you because it's crucial. They decided that this character will be the crucial one. It will be the one who would push this other character to the limits, to his very limits, and really, I mean, screw him, really push him to that border. Okay, so that is as much as I can go. But when you see the movie, you might despise that character a little bit. Something or somehow or someone had to push this character because how otherwise would they? I don't know, create the tragedy of this character, and they decide to create the tragedy of this character this way, even though before that you know that, well, logically, yes, they did this and did that with the Bradley Cooper character, and well, you say, well, it's all gonna go well, but I mean, so okay, 40 minutes, but other people say, no, I'm gonna do this in 10 minutes. No, no, I'm the kind of guy. Let me turn on the light. Sorry, I forgot. Oops, bump. Forgot to turn on the lights. But I prefer in my channel to take the time to really explain to you, go to good lengths to explain to you how I remember this movie going, and going into details about the movie without necessarily going to spoilers, but pretty much think some might have. Yes, folks. We cannot compare Streisand's version with Lady Gaga's. Okay, or Gemma's, I think her true name is. The Aldi character is very different from this one. Very different background. I really like how realistic they did this movie. We see how they live and what are their ends meet, what kind of jobs or employments. And I really like that they did this character, of course, keeping the humbleness of this character. He's a humble woman. Her upbringings and where does she come from and all that. So yeah, okay. Do I recommend this movie now? Yes, for sure. I recommend you to watch it. You're going to enjoy this movie to a pretty good length because it's really very heartfelt. It's very beautiful what you see happening in the movie, the relationship, how it blossoms, how it grows, how it's very casual, the dialogues, the situations, all that. It's great, and it has really hardships, of course, and it has a really good balance between those. It's definitely, I think, all the aspects I've told you. The cinematography is great. The music, oh wow. Directing, of course, is great. Right now, I'm 90% sure they're gonna nominate Bradley Cooper as Best Director. So far, to me, it seems that they're gonna nominate Bradley Cooper as Best Director. His directing debut in this movie is outstanding. I don't know, take it any way you want to. This is my channel, and I'm telling you, humbly, really. I mean, what I saw, my perspective, Bradley Cooper did a remarkable job directing, acting, co-writing this movie, and I believe that he deserves to be nominated for this movie. Yes, he deserves to be nominated, and I'm 90% sure that he will be nominated. Unless, well, of course, I think they're gonna nominate other directors, of course, amongst them, but that's for another video. Sticking with the subject matter of this video, which is A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga be nominated as an actress. Yeah, I believe there's a strong possibility that we see Lady Gaga nominated in awards. Yes, certainly. I can see that many critics are gonna nominate her, and some are gonna give her a Academy Award. Academy Award, no. I'm not sure if an Oscar. We have to wait till other movies are considered. But Lady Gaga, for many critics, is outstanding. They're gonna give her a prize. She did put herself in this role, so I'm pretty darn sure that they're going to give her some awards. Oscars, that is to be considered. I'm gonna give an 80% possibility that she is gonna get nominated. I can see that they nominate. I can come somehow foreshadow because there's some kind of foreshadowing when you see this movie for Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Maybe even for the actor who plays Bradley Cooper's brother. Okay, cause man, is it great? The music, for sure. The music is gonna get praise. The soundtrack of this movie is gonna get it's just rewards in perhaps in the music context of awards, probably very probably, but even more so in BAFTAs, Oscars, you name it. They're gonna give it. Golden Globes for sure. I believe there's where more likely where we can see Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, and the soundtrack being awarded because when you watch this movie, you will understand. If you have, write it here. What are your bets for this movie winning in Academy Awards, in any critics choice thingy or some sort? So okay, I think we're going to conclude this video, but I'm taking my good time lengthy to here's the poster. I was looking for it. I liked it. My mom did. Well, actually, I love this movie. I think it's a very genuine. It comes from very genuine, perspective. For all that I said, now on the cinepholometer, for those who don't know, I have a cinepholometer, but it's imaginary. This is a mother's channel. Imagine a cinephilometer, like a thermometer, but for movies. So, in the movie philometer, or whatever you want to call it, I call it the movie or cinepholometer. I give it definitely a 80. Okay. That's how I go. 80% for this movie. Really, I truly enjoyed it. We're actually in a movie theater because, of course, you got it in Blu-ray. You might have all the sound systems you want, but watching it in a movie theater with a big screen, and watching it with somebody, going with somebody to watch it, and it's a very enjoyable experience to go to the movies, and all the surround system going on, especially for this movie, this kind of motion picture. You need to watch it in a movie theater where there's, surround sound and a big screen. The way they light this movie is remarkable. Okay, so okay, it's almost 50 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. I haven't done a review in a while. I really wait for movies that are worthwhile spending your budget, your money, and I believe me, I felt my money was worthwhile, and I don't think any other guy's gonna or movie critic or someone's gonna tell you this. Your money is gonna be worthwhile, especially you don't have an exaggerated expectation about it. Really, just go, sit down, relax, chill, and hear. I mean, hear and see, and you will definitely enjoy this movie. I'm not like many other critics. They call it with their minds. They have some kind of, I don't know, noise going on in their heads, and so they don't see the movie. When they go see this movie, they don't go and watch it. I went and I watched the movie, listened to the movie, because dialogues even are good dialogues. They're great dialogues, man. The best kind of dialogues they could create for the story that they're telling. So definitely, okay. Well, this video is concluding this blogging It's almost done. For now, for today, this is gonna be the video. Tomorrow or Sunday, I might do the ones about movie news, movie buzz. There's one I have to do about Star Wars. There's some bits about Star Wars that, oh man, Star Wars Star Wars stuff is happening. Star Wars buzz is going swell and sweet. And really, that's worth commenting about Star Wars movie news as well. But I'm going to do it in another video. Okay, maybe a little snippet that can give you is that Kathleen Kennedy said something to a certain reporter about certain Mandalorian named Boba Fett, and there's news about that. You're gonna have to wait if you want to wait in my channel, and some movie news going on over here in Mexico with the Morelia International Film Festival, Rome, especially about Rome in that festival, which is in my country, Mexico, and some other tidbits of movie news that have been going on that are crazily hypey. Okay, so well, thank you. 51 minutes, and see you in the next video. Have an excellent weekend. Enjoy it. Go watch A Star Is Born. And if you have seen other movies that were premiered today, well, comment them on this very video comment section, and enjoy your weekend, folks. Thank you for commenting, by the way. 483 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. 15, 20 comments on my other videos. Thank you so much for your words. Thank you for nurturing this channel with positive comments. It really feels good that people watched it and give me thumbs up, say it's nice, it's great, it's cool, it's sweet, it's delicious. I like that comment, and keep on commenting on these other videos like this one so that the conversation keeps on going. So I just opened the conversation. Acabo de abrir la conversación. I think that the whole video in English. Well, folks, that's because a lot of folks have commented in English. ¿Dónde están los hispanoparlantes? That's how it happens. This is why it happens. See, you have to comment. Tienen que comentar los hispanoparlantes para que pues no se me olvide la otra. Hacerlo en español, pero en gran medida, en gran escala, en todos los aspectos me gustó. Ha nacido una estrella. Le doy 80% en el cinefilómetro, como lo llamo yo, imaginario, porque es cada modesto. Pero sí, le doy 80%. Es una experiencia muy grata verla. No fue como que hicieron mucho ruido a esta película y es chafa. Pero para tener consideración a los hispanoparlantes, si acaso ven algunos hispanoparlantes de este video, les recomiendo ver Ha nacido una estrella. Las actuaciones, todos los aspectos en general, si digo, son de veras, es espectacular la película, sí es extraordinaria para ser una nueva versión de este relato, de esta historia de amor. Esta imagen lo dice todo, esta imagen que ven. Y como les digo, he dicho muchas cosas en inglés. Pónganlo en la función de subtítulos en español. Espero que YouTube sea preciso. Pero en general les estoy diciendo, esta película es grata. Irla a ver, van a salir con una sensación muy grata. Hasta cierto grado, sí. De veras, hasta cierto grado es disfrutable y vale la pena. Así que vayan a verla, disfruten su fin de semana y hasta la próxima. Chao.